Question 1. When approaching an intersection, what should you do if you see this sign? A. Speed up to clear the intersection. B. Give way to all traffic. C. Stop only if traffic is coming. D. Proceed with caution, you have priority. Answers is B. Give way to all traffic. The give way sign indicates that you must give way to all other vehicles and pedestrians when approaching the intersection. You only proceed when it is safe to do so and will not cause an obstruction. Question 2. What does this sign warn you about on the road ahead? A. Detour ahead. B. Roadworks ahead. C. No through road. D. Uneven road surface. Answers is B. Roadworks ahead. This sign indicates that there are roadworks ahead. Drivers should slow down, be prepared for hazards like workers and machinery, and follow any temporary traffic management instructions. Question 3. What is the general meaning of this sign when displayed? A. Minimum speed is 50. B. Maximum speed is 50. C. Recommended speed is 50. D. Speed advisory not mandatory. Answers is B. Maximum speed is 50. A circular sign with a red border and a number indicates a maximum speed limit. In this case, drivers must not exceed 50 units per hour in this area. Question 4. What must you do when approaching an intersection with this sign? A. Turn left only. B. Enter the roundabout. C. Stop before entering. D. Give way to traffic from the right. Answers is B. Enter the roundabout. This sign indicates a roundabout circular intersection. When entering a roundabout, you must give way to all traffic already in the roundabout, approaching from your right. Question 5. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Hospital ahead. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. Children crossing. D. No pedestrian entry. Answers is B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign warns drivers that there is a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down or stop to give way to pedestrians who are using or about to use the crossing. Question 6. What action is required when you encounter this sign? A. Slow down and give way. B. Stop and give way. C. Proceed cautiously. D. You have the right of way. Answers is B. Stop and give way. The stop sign requires you to come to a complete stop before the stop line, or as close as practicable to the intersection or crossing, and give way to all other vehicles and pedestrians. Question 7. What does this sign mean regarding stopping your vehicle? A. Parking prohibited. B. No stopping allowed. C. Stopping for only. D. Stopping is allowed briefly. Answers is B. No stopping allowed. This sign means no stopping. You must not stop your vehicle for any reason, even briefly, in the area where this sign is displayed, unless traffic conditions require it. Question 8. What must drivers do when they see this sign? A. Turn right only. B. Proceed straight ahead. C. Turn left only. D. Make a U-turn. Answers is B. Proceed straight ahead. This sign indicates that traffic must proceed straight ahead only. You are not permitted to turn left, right, or make a U-turn at this intersection or point. Question 9. What does this warning sign indicate about the road surface ahead? A. Uneven road. B. Slippery road. C. Loose gravel. D. Road narrows. Answers is B, slippery road. This sign warns drivers of a slippery road surface ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed, increase following distance and exercise caution, especially in wet conditions, to avoid skidding. Question 10. What action is prohibited by this sign? A. Turning left. B. Overtaking other vehicles. C. Stopping on the road. D. Making a U-turn. Answers is B. Overtaking other vehicles. This sign indicates no overtaking. Drivers are prohibited from overtaking other motor vehicles in the area where this sign is in effect due to safety reasons, such as limited visibility or oncoming traffic. Question 11. What kind of road is by this sign? A. One-way street. B. Motorway. C. Priority road. D. Road works ahead. Answers is B. Motorway. This sign indicates the start of a motorway expressway. Motorways typically have higher speed limits, multiple lanes and restricted access, and certain vehicles like pedestrians and cyclists are prohibited. Question 12. What does this sign mean for vehicles carrying dangerous goods? A. Proceed with caution. B. No entry for dangerous goods. C. Priority lane ahead. D. Hazardous materials inspection point. Answers is B. No entry for dangerous goods. This sign prohibits vehicles carrying dangerous goods from entering the road or area ahead. These restrictions are in place for safety, often around tunnels or areas. Question 13. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Steep descent. B. Steep ascent. C. Uneven road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep ascent. This sign warns of a steep ascent ahead. Drivers should be prepared for the change in gradient, potentially requiring a lower gear to maintain power and speed. Question 14. What does this sign mean for parking? A. No stopping. B. No parking. C. Parking permitted. D. Paid parking. Answers is B. No parking. The no parking sign means you may stop briefly to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, but you must not leave your vehicle unattended or parked for an extended period in the marked area. Question 15. What is by this sign? A. Turn left. B. Pass obstacle on the right. C. Pass obstacle on the left. D. Road narrows from right. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the right. This mandatory sign directs drivers to pass an obstacle on the right side. It ensures traffic flows safely around obstructions in the road. Question 16. What does this sign indicate regarding traffic flow? A. Two-way traffic. B. One-way road. C. No entry. D. Divided highway. Answers is B. One-way road. This sign indicates a one-way road. All traffic must flow in the direction by the arrow, and you should not expect oncoming traffic. Question 17. What should you expect when you see this sign? A. Slippery road ahead. B. Uneven road ahead. C. Speed hump ahead. D. Road narrows ahead. Answers is B. Uneven road ahead. This sign warns drivers of an uneven road surface ahead, which could include potholes, bumps, or depressions. Drivers should slow down and be prepared for a bumpy ride to maintain control of their vehicle. Question 18. What is prohibited by this sign? A. No parking. B. No entry. C. No stopping. D. One-way traffic. Answers is B, no entry. The no entry sign prohibits all vehicles from entering the road or area in the direction the sign is facing. It is typically used to prevent driving on one-way streets or exits. Question 19. What does this sign mean for cyclists? A. No cycling. B. Cycle track. C. Beware of cyclists. D. Cyclists give way. Answers is B. Cycle track. This sign indicates a mandatory cycle track. Cyclists must use this track where provided, and other vehicles should not enter or obstruct it. Question 20. What type of junction is by this sign? A. Roundabout. B. Traffic light ahead. C. Give way junction. D. Stop sign ahead. Answers is B. Traffic light ahead. This sign warns drivers that there are traffic lights ahead. Drivers should prepare to slow down and stop if the lights are red or amber, and be aware of potential queuing traffic. Question 21. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead's width? A. Road widens. B. Road narrows on both sides. C. Road narrows on left only. D. Divided highway begins. Answers is B. Road narrows on both sides. This sign warns that the road ahead narrows on both sides. Drivers should be prepared for less space, potentially needing to slow down or adjust their position, and be aware of oncoming traffic. Question 22. What does this sign tell you about the road ahead? A. Give way. B. Priority road. C. No entry. D. Stop ahead. Answers is B. Priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road. Traffic on this road has priority over traffic entering from side roads, unless otherwise by other signs or road markings. Question 23. What does this sign mean for driving straight? A. Turn right only. B. Proceed straight or right. C. Turn left or right. D. No straight through. Answers is B. Proceed straight or right. This mandatory sign indicates that traffic must either proceed straight ahead or turn right. Drivers should choose their lane accordingly before the junction. Question 24. What should you do when you see this sign ahead of a bend? A. Speed up to navigate the curve. B. Slow down for a curve to the right. C. Prepare for a steep ascent. D. Watch for falling rocks. Answers is B. Slow down for a curve to the right. This sign warns of a dangerous curve to the right ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed significantly before entering the curve to maintain control and stay in their lane safely. Question 25. What does this sign indicate regarding turns? A. Mandatory right turn. B. No right turn. C. Right turn only. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is B. No right turn. This sign prohibits drivers from making a right turn at the intersection or point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must choose an alternative direction. Question 26. What does this sign indicate is the purpose of this area? A. Bus stop ahead. B. Parking place ahead. C. No parking zone. D. Emergency stop lane. Answers is B. Parking place ahead. This sign informs drivers that there is a parking place ahead. It typically indicates an area where vehicles are permitted to park according to local regulations. Question 27. What should drivers be aware of with this sign? A. Wild animals. B. Cattle crossing. C. Pedestrians. D. Farm machinery. Answers is B, cattle crossing. This sign warns drivers of a cattle crossing ahead. Drivers should slow down, be prepared to stop, and watch out for livestock on or near the road, especially in rural areas. Question 28. What does this sign prohibit for certain vehicles? A. No entry for cars. B. No entry for goods vehicles. C. No entry for buses. D. No entry for tractors. Answers is B. No entry for goods vehicles. This sign prohibits the entry of goods vehicles, trucks into the road or area ahead. These restrictions are often in place for residential areas or roads not suitable for heavy vehicles. Question 29. What action is mandatory at this intersection? A. Turn right only. B. Proceed straight or left. C. Turn right or left. D. No straight through. Answers is B. Proceed straight or left. This mandatory sign indicates that traffic must either proceed straight ahead or turn left. Drivers should choose their lane accordingly before the junction. Question 30. What does this sign indicate about the road surface? A. Slippery road. B. Loose gravel. C. Roadworks. D. Uneven road. Answers is B. Loose gravel. This sign warns of loose gravel or stone materials on the road. Drivers should reduce speed, avoid sudden braking or steering, and be aware of stones potentially thrown by other vehicles. Question 31. What should you do if you encounter this sign? A. No entry for pedestrians. B. No entry for motor vehicles. C. No entry for bicycles. D. No entry for goods vehicles. Answers is B. No entry for motor vehicles. This sign indicates no entry for motor vehicles. It prohibits all motor vehicles from entering the road or area ahead, though cyclists and pedestrians might be permitted. Question 32. What does this sign indicate about a bend? A. Dangerous curve to the right. B. Dangerous curve to the left. C. Series of curves ahead. D. Road narrows on a curve. Answers is B. Dangerous curve to the left. This sign warns of a dangerous curve to the left ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed significantly before entering the curve to maintain control and stay in their lane safely. Question 33. What does this sign indicate regarding turns? A. Mandatory left turn. B. No left turn. C. Left turn only. D. U-turn permitted. Answers is B. No left turn. This sign prohibits drivers from making a left turn at the intersection or point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must choose an alternative direction. Question 34. What kind of road is by this sign? A. Motorway. B. Road for motor vehicles. C. No entry for vehicles. D. Road for buses only. Answers is B. Road for motor vehicles. This sign indicates a road for motor vehicles. It a road where traffic flow is primarily for motorized transport, and certain restrictions may apply to other road users. Question 35. What action is mandatory when seeing this sign? A. Proceed straight. B. Turn right. C. Turn left. D. U-turn. Answers is B. Turn right. This mandatory sign indicates that traffic must turn right. Drivers should be in the correct lane and signal their intention to turn right. Question 36. What does this sign warn about children? A. No children playing. B. Children likely to be present. C. School zone ahead. D. Playground area. Answers is B, children likely to be present. This sign warns drivers that children are likely to be present near the road, such as near a school or playground. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant. Question 37. What does this sign indicate about turns? A. Left turn only. B. No U-turn. C. U-turn required. D. Right turn only. Answers is B. No U-turn. This sign prohibits drivers from making a U-turn at the point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must choose another way to change direction. Question 38. What is by this warning sign? A. Steep ascent. B. Steep descent. C. Uneven road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Steep descent. This sign warns of a steep descent ahead. Drivers should be prepared to select a lower gear to use engine braking, reducing the need for continuous use of the foot brake, especially with heavy loads. Question 39. What does this sign tell you about the end of a priority road? A. Priority road begins. B. End of priority road. C. Give way ahead. D. Stop ahead. Answers is B. End of priority road. This sign indicates the end of a priority road. From this point, you no longer have automatic priority over traffic from side roads and must observe standard give-way rules at intersections. Question 40. What does this sign mean for pedestrians? A. No pedestrians. B. Pedestrian track. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Beware of pedestrians. Answers is B. Pedestrian track. This sign indicates a mandatory pedestrian track. Pedestrians must use this track where provided, and vehicles should not obstruct it. Question 41. What does this sign warn about a railway crossing? A. Crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Crossing with barriers. D. Level crossing ahead. Answers is B. Railway crossing. This sign warns of an unguarded railway crossing ahead. Drivers must slow down, look and listen for trains, and only proceed when it is safe to do so. Question 42. What does this sign indicate about vehicle access? A. Entry for cars only. B. No entry for all vehicles. C. Restricted entry. D. Vehicles proceed. Answers is B. No entry for all vehicles. The No entry for all vehicles sign means that all types of vehicles are prohibited from entering the road or area ahead in the direction the sign is facing. Question 43. What does this sign advise about speed? A. Minimum speed. B. Recommended speed. C. Maximum speed. D. No speed limit. Answers is B. Recommended speed. This sign indicates a recommended speed. It is an advisory speed for safe driving conditions, not a mandatory limit, but should be 2 for optimal safety. Question 44. What does this sign indicate for drivers? A. Proceed straight. B. Turn left. C. Turn right. D. U-turn. Answers is B. Turn left. This mandatory sign indicates that traffic must turn left. Drivers should be in the correct lane and signal their intention to turn left. Question 45. What type of area does this sign mark the beginning of? A. Motorway. B. Residential area. C. Industrial zone. D. No parking zone. Answers is B. Residential area. This sign indicates the start of a residential area living zone. In these areas, speed limits are typically lower, and drivers should be extra vigilant for pedestrians and children. Question 46. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Ahead. B. Hump or bump ahead. C. Uneven road. D. Road narrows. Answers is B. Hump or bump ahead. This sign warns drivers of a hump or bump in the road ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed to avoid damage to their vehicle or loss of control. Question 47. What does this warning sign tell you about turns? A. Dangerous curve to the left. B. Series of curves first to the right. C. U-turn permitted. D. No right turn. Answers is B. Series of curves first to the right. This sign warns of a series of dangerous curves ahead, with the first curve to the right. Drivers should significantly reduce speed and be prepared for multiple changes in road direction. Question 48. What does this sign indicate for vehicles with trailers? A. Trailers only. B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. C. Trailer parking. D. Trailer speed limit. Answers is B. No entry for vehicles with trailer. This sign prohibits vehicles with trailers from entering the road or area ahead. This restriction is often due to sharp turns, steep gradients, or other conditions unsuitable for trailers. Question 49. What should you expect with this sign? A. Strong headwinds. B. Side wind. C. Air turbulence. D. Wind tunnel ahead. Answers is B. Side wind. This sign warns of strong side winds ahead, which can affect vehicle stability, especially for vehicles, motorcycles, and those towing trailers. Drivers should grip the steering wheel firmly. Question 50. What does this sign mean regarding oncoming traffic? A. You have priority. B. Priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. One-way traffic ahead. Answers is B. Priority over oncoming traffic. This sign indicates that oncoming traffic has priority. You must give way to vehicles approaching from the opposite direction, typically in narrow sections of road or bridges. Question 51. What does this sign indicate for parking? A. Perpendicular parking. B. Parallel parking. C. Angle parking. D. No parking. Answers is B. Parallel parking. This supplementary plate indicates the method of parking, specifically that vehicles should be parked parallel to the edge of the carriageway. Question 52. What does this sign warn about animals? A. Domestic pets. B. Wild animals. C. Cattle crossing. D. Zebra crossing. Answers is B. Wild animals. This sign warns drivers of the presence of wild animals in the area, advising caution and speed, particularly at dawn and dusk, to avoid collisions. Question 53. What does this sign signify about the road layout? A. No overtaking. B. Of movement in lanes. C. Speed limits in lanes. D. Lane ends ahead. Answers is B. Of movement in lanes. This sign provides information about the permitted directions of movement in different lanes at an intersection or junction, helping drivers choose the correct lane. Question 54. What is prohibited for goods vehicles by this sign? A. No entry. B. No overtaking for goods vehicles. C. Goods vehicles turn right. D. Minimum speed for goods. Answers is B, no overtaking for goods vehicles. This sign prohibits goods vehicles from overtaking other motor vehicles in the area where it is displayed. This is often implemented on roads with steep grades or limited visibility. Question 55. What is the meaning of this priority sign? A. Oncoming traffic has priority. B. Priority over oncoming traffic. C. Two-way traffic. D. No overtaking. Answers is B. Priority over oncoming traffic. This sign indicates that you have priority over oncoming traffic. This is typically found on narrow sections of road where only one vehicle can pass at a time, allowing you to proceed first. Question 56. What does this warning sign indicate regarding cyclists? A. No cyclists allowed. B. Cyclists leaving or entering. C. Cycle track ahead. D. Shared path ahead. Answers is B. Cyclists leaving or entering. This sign warns drivers that cyclists may be leaving or entering the roadway ahead, such as from a cycle path or shared zone. Drivers should be prepared for cyclists crossing or merging. Question 57. What does this sign indicate about U-turns? A. No U-turn. B. Place for U-turn. C. U-turn prohibited ahead. D. End of U-turn lane. Answers is B. Place for U-turn. This sign indicates a place where U-turns are permitted. Drivers wishing to make a U-turn should use this specific location. Question 58. What does this sign mean for sounding your horn? A. Sound horn if needed. B. No sounding of horn. C. Horn checkpoint. D. Use horn to warn. Answers is B. No sounding of horn. This sign prohibits the sounding of a horn in the area, except when it is necessary to prevent an immediate accident. It is typically found in residential areas or near hospitals. Question 59. What does this sign indicate about the road's edge? A. Wide shoulder ahead. B. Dangerous hard shoulder. C. Emergency lane. D. Parking on shoulder. Answers is B. Dangerous hard shoulder. This sign warns drivers of a dangerous hard shoulder, meaning the shoulder may be unstable, narrow, or have a steep drop-off. Vehicles should avoid driving on or straying onto the shoulder. Question 60. What does this sign mean for vehicles carrying explosives? A. Permitted. B. No entry for explosives. C. Explosive warning zone. D. Emergency route. Answers is B. No entry for explosives. This sign prohibits the entry of vehicles carrying explosive or highly flammable goods. This restriction is crucial for safety, especially in tunnels or densely areas. Question 61. What information does this sign convey about distance? A. Speed limit 300. B. Distance to object. C. Recommended speed 300. D. Lane ends in. Answers is B. Distance to object. This supplementary plate indicates that the object or condition warned by the primary sign is 300 meters ahead. It helps drivers anticipate and prepare for what's coming. Question 62. What is the meaning of this sign in terms of minimum speed? A. Maximum speed 50. B. A minimum speed 50. C. Recommended speed 50. D. No speed limit. Answers is B. Minimum speed 50. This mandatory sign indicates a minimum speed limit of 50 units per hour. Drivers must not drive slower than this speed unless traffic or road conditions make it unsafe to do so. Question 63. What does this sign indicate about the railway crossing? A. Crossing. B. Railway crossing. C. Crossing with barriers. D. No trains. Answers is B. Railway crossing. This sign warns of an unguarded railway crossing ahead. Drivers must slow down, look and listen for trains, and only proceed when it is safe to do so after ensuring no train is approaching on any track. Question 64. What does this sign warn about potential road hazards? A. Falling trees. B. Falling rocks. C. Landslide area. D. Uneven terrain. Answers is B. Falling rocks. This sign warns drivers of falling rocks or debris from the embankment or cliff face alongside the road. Drivers should be vigilant for obstacles on the road and reduce speed. Question 65. What does this sign mean for large vehicles? A. Tractors only. B. No entry for tractors. C. Tractor crossing. D. Farm vehicles ahead. Answers is B. No entry for tractors. This sign prohibits the entry of tractors into the road or area ahead. This restriction is often in place to protect road surfaces or due to the unsuitability of the road for slow-moving agricultural machinery. Question 66. What service is by this sign? A. Restaurant. B. First aid post. C. Telephone. D. Fuel station. Answers is B. First aid post. This service sign indicates the presence of a first aid post, where medical assistance can be obtained in case of an emergency. Question 67. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Hazard perception test area. B. Other danger accident prone area. C. Road closed ahead. D. Road works ahead. Answers is B. Other danger accident prone area. This other danger sign, often accompanied by a supplementary plate, indicates an accident prone area or a specific type of danger not covered by other signs. Drivers must exercise extreme caution. Question 68. What does this sign indicate about specific vehicle access? A. Motorcycles only. B. No entry for motorcycles. C. Motorcycle parking. D. Watch for motorcycles. Answers is B. No entry for motorcycles. This sign prohibits the entry of motorcycles into the road or area ahead. These restrictions are rare, but may be used for environmental or noise control in specific zones. Question 69. What is by this sign for turns? A. Turn straight or right. B. Turn right or left. C. No turns allowed. D. U-turn only. Answers is B. Turn right or left. This mandatory sign indicates that traffic must either turn right or turn left. Drivers must choose one of these directions and not proceed straight ahead. Question 70. What does this sign mean regarding water pollution? A. Water source ahead. B. No entry for water pollutants. C. Hazardous spill zone. D. River crossing ahead. Answers is B. No entry for water pollutants. This sign prohibits the entry of vehicles carrying water-polluting substances. This is important near rivers, lakes, or water supply areas to prevent environmental contamination. Question 71. What service does this sign represent? A. First aid. B. Hospital. C. Police station. D. Medical center. Answers is B, hospital. This service sign indicates the location of a hospital nearby. It's important for knowing where to find medical care. Question 72. What type of turn is required when seeing this sign? A. Pass right. B. Pass obstacle on the left. C. Pass either side. D. No passing. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on the left. This mandatory sign directs drivers to pass an obstacle on the left side. It ensures traffic flows safely around obstructions in the road. Question 73. What does this sign indicate about the general situation? A. Sharp left turn. B. Curve direction right arrow. C. Road ends. D. Detour to the right. Answers is B. Curve direction right arrow. This sign indicates the direction of a curve or bend in the road, specifically to the right. It helps drivers anticipate the road's alignment. Question 74. What does this sign indicate about a curve? A. Series of curves first to the right. B. Series of dangerous curves first to the left. C. Hairpin bend ahead. D. One sharp curve to the left. Answers is B. Series of dangerous curves first to the left. This sign warns of a series of dangerous curves ahead, with the first curve to the left. Drivers should significantly reduce speed and be prepared for multiple changes in road direction. Question 75. What type of junction is this sign often associated with? A. Roundabout ahead. B. Direction of the priority road. C. Stop sign ahead. D. Give way at this point. Answers is B. Direction of the priority road. This supplementary plate indicates the direction of the priority road at an intersection, helping drivers understand who has the right of way, especially when the main priority road curves. Question 76. What does this sign indicate about passing an obstacle? A. Pass right only. B. Pass obstacle on either side. C. Pass left only. D. No passing. Answers is B. Pass obstacle on either side. This mandatory sign indicates that drivers may pass an obstacle on either the right or the left side, typically seen for traffic islands or road features where flexible passage is allowed. Question 77. What is the safest following distance in good driving conditions? A. 1 car length for every 10 units of speed. B. The rule doubling in poor conditions. C. As close as possible to deter cutting in. D. No specific rule, just follow closely. Answers is B. The rule doubling in poor conditions. The rule is a guideline for a safe following distance. You should maintain at least a gap between your vehicle and the one in front, increasing to 4 seconds or more in adverse conditions like rain or gravel. Question 78. What should you do before changing lanes on a multi-lane road? A. Look over your shoulder and then signal. B. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, then move. C. Signal, then quickly change lanes. D. Only signal if other traffic is present. Answers is B. Check mirrors, signal, check blind spot, then move. Before changing lanes, always perform a thorough sequence. Check your inside mirrors, signal your intention, check your blind spot by looking over your shoulder, and then, if safe, smoothly steer into the new lane. Question 79. When are you allowed to overtake another vehicle on the left passenger side in New Zealand? A. Whenever the right lane is blocked by slow traffic. B. When the vehicle in front is turning right and you have a clear lane. C. Only on motorways with 3 or more lanes. D. Never, overtaking is always on the right. Answers is B, when the vehicle in front is turning right and you have a clear lane. You can generally only overtake on the right in New Zealand. However, you may overtake on the left if the vehicle ahead is signalling a right turn, and there is a clear, safe space to pass, or in heavy, slow-moving traffic in multiple lanes. Question 80. What is a common hazard when driving near parked cars? A. Parked cars might suddenly reverse into traffic. B. People or car doors may unexpectedly emerge. C. Exhaust fumes from parked cars can be distracting. D. The car mirrors can reflect sunlight brightly. Answers is B. People or car doors may unexpectedly emerge. When driving near parked cars, be alert for pedestrians stepping out from between vehicles, children playing, or vehicle occupants opening doors without checking for traffic. Maintain a safe distance from parked cars. Question 81. What is the correct procedure for indicating a turn? A. Signal immediately as you begin to turn. B. Signal in good time to warn other road users. C. Only signal if there are other vehicles nearby. D. Signal only when you are halfway through the turn. Answers is B. Signal in good time to warn other road users. Always signal your intention to turn or change lanes well in advance to give other road users, including pedestrians, sufficient time to react to your planned maneuver. Question 82. What is crucial for safe driving in adverse weather conditions like heavy rain? A. Maintain normal speed to avoid delays. B. Reduce speed, increase following distance, use lights. C. Switch off headlights to avoid glare. D. Drive in a lower gear constantly. Answers is B. Reduce speed, increase following distance, use lights. In heavy rain, reduce your speed to prevent aquaplaning, increase your following distance as braking distances are longer, and use your headlights dipped beam to improve visibility for yourself and others. Question 83. When approaching a railway level crossing without barriers or signals, what should you do? A. Speed up to cross quickly before a train arrives. B. Slow down, look and listen for trains and only cross when safe. C. Stop. Even if no train is visible, then proceed. D. Assume no train is coming if there are no signals. Answers is B. Slow down, look and listen for trains and only cross when safe. At unguarded railway crossings, you must always slow down, look both ways, and listen carefully for approaching trains. Only cross when you are absolutely sure it is safe and there are no trains coming. Question 84. What is the correct way to merge onto a motorway or highway? A. Stop at the end of the ramp and wait for a gap. B. Accelerate to match traffic speed, signal and merge safely. C. Drive slowly and force other vehicles to give way. D. Merge immediately regardless of traffic flow. Answers is B. Accelerate to match traffic speed, signal and merge safely. When merging onto a motorway, use the on-ramp to accelerate to a speed that matches the flow of traffic. Signal your intention, look for a safe gap, and merge smoothly without disrupting other vehicles. Question 85. What does a broken white line on the road mean? A. No passing is allowed in this area. B. You may cross the line to overtake if safe. C. It indicates a permanent zone. D. It means the road is about to end. Answers is B. You may cross the line to overtake if safe. A broken white line indicates that you may cross it to overtake or change lanes, provided it is safe to do so and does not interfere with other traffic. It divides lanes of traffic moving in the same direction. Question 86. When must you use your vehicle's headlights during the day? A. Only when driving on motorways or highways. B. In poor visibility conditions such as rain or fog. C. It's optional only for personal preference. D. Never, headlights are for night driving only. Answers is B. In poor visibility conditions such as rain or fog. You must use your headlight's dipped beam during the day if visibility is poor due to weather conditions like rain, fog, or heavy cloud cover, to make your vehicle more visible to others. Question 87. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down on the side of the road? A. Leave the vehicle and seek help immediately. B. Move to a safe spot, turn on hazard lights and alert others. C. Stay in the vehicle with headlights off. D. Try to fix it quickly on the spot, even if unsafe. Answers is B. Move to a safe spot, turn on hazard lights and alert others. If your vehicle breaks down, try to move it off the road to a safe location. Turn on your hazard warning lights to alert other drivers, and if it's dark or visibility is poor, use your parking lights. Place a warning triangle if you have one. Question 88. Who has priority at a pedestrian crossing with no signals? A. Vehicles always have priority over pedestrians. B. Pedestrians who are on or about to step onto the crossing. C. The first to arrive at the crossing has priority. D. Cyclists have priority over both vehicles and pedestrians. Answers is B. Pedestrians who are on or about to step onto the crossing. At an uncontrolled pedestrian crossing, drivers must give way to any pedestrian who is on the crossing or appears to be about to step onto it. Be prepared to stop and ensure they have crossed safely. Question 89. What is the purpose of regular vehicle maintenance? A. To make the car look new and appealing. B. To ensure safety, reliability and extend vehicle life. C. To increase the car's fuel consumption. D. It's only necessary after a breakdown. Answers is B. To ensure safety, reliability and extend vehicle life. Regular vehicle maintenance, including checking tires, brakes, lights, fluids and engine, is vital for safe driving. It helps prevent unexpected breakdowns, ensures all components function correctly, and extends the life of your vehicle. Question 90. What must you do when an emergency vehicle, e.g., ambulance, approaches with sirens and lights? A. Continue driving at your current speed. B. Safely pull over to the left and stop if possible. C. Speed up to get out of its way quickly. D. Ignore it if it's not in your lane. Answers is B. Safely pull over to the left and stop if possible. When an emergency vehicle with flashing lights sirens approaches, you must give way. Safely pull over to the left side of the road and stop, allowing the emergency vehicle to pass unimpeded. Question 91. What is the main danger of driving with worn or tires? A. They make the car look old and neglected. B. Grip, longer braking distances and increased risk of skidding. C. They cause the car to use less fuel efficiently. D. They only affect performance on gravel roads. Answers is B. Grip, longer braking distances and increased risk of skidding. Worn or tires significantly reduce your vehicle's grip on the road, particularly in wet conditions. This can lead to longer braking distances, a higher risk of aquaplaning and overall loss of control. Question 92. When is it particularly dangerous to overtake a large vehicle? A. On a long, straight road with clear visibility. B. Just before a blind corner or crest of a hill. C. When the large vehicle is traveling slowly. D. During daylight hours on a dry road. Answers is B. Just before a blind corner or crest of a hill. Overtaking a large vehicle requires a considerable amount of clear road ahead. It is extremely dangerous before blind corners or hill crests because you cannot see oncoming traffic, making a head-on collision highly probable. Question 93. What must you ensure when carrying passengers in your vehicle? A. They are entertained during the journey. B. All passengers are correctly restrained by seat belts. C. They keep windows closed at all times. D. They do not distract the driver with conversation. Answers is B. All passengers are correctly restrained by seat belts. As a driver, you are responsible for ensuring that all passengers in your vehicle are wearing their seat belts correctly. Children must be in appropriate child restraints suitable for their age and size. Question 94. What is a major risk of driving while tired? A. Increased ability to concentrate on the road. B. Reaction time and increased risk of falling asleep. C. It only affects journeys. D. It helps in staying awake and alert. Answers is B. Reaction time and increased risk of falling asleep. Driving while tired significantly impairs your judgment, concentration and reaction time, making you as dangerous as a drunk driver. The risk of falling asleep at the wheel is also greatly increased. Question 95. What should you do if you encounter road markings indicating a keep clear area? A. Stop in the area only if traffic is heavy. B. Do not stop your vehicle in this area. C. Use it as a temporary parking spot. D. It's for emergency vehicles only to keep clear. Answers is B. Do not stop your vehicle in this area. Keep clear markings are usually found at intersections, exits from car parks, or in front of emergency service entrances. You must not stop your vehicle within these markings, even if traffic is queued, to ensure the flow of traffic. Question 96. What is the main reason for avoiding sudden braking? A. It wears out the brakes too quickly. B. Risk of skidding, loss of control and collisions. C. It makes the ride uncomfortable for passengers. D. It indicates a poor driving style. Answers is B. Risk of skidding, loss of control and collisions. Sudden braking can lead to loss of traction and control, especially in wet or slippery conditions, increasing the risk of skidding. It also increases the likelihood of a collision from the vehicle behind you. Question 97. When is it particularly important to check your mirrors frequently? A. Only before changing lanes or turning. B. Continuously, especially before braking, changing speed or direction. C. Only when you hear an emergency siren. D. Mainly to check your appearance. Answers is B. Continuously, especially before braking, changing speed or direction. Checking your mirrors frequently is part of defensive driving. It keeps you aware of traffic around you, especially before braking, accelerating, changing lanes, or making turns, allowing you to react safely to developing situations. Question 98. What should you do if you are dazzled by the headlights of an oncoming vehicle? A. Flash your high beams to signal them. B. Slow down, look away from the lights and maintain your lane. C. Close your eyes briefly to rest them. D. Speed up to pass them quickly. Answers is B. Slow down, look away from the lights and maintain your lane. If dazzled, reduce your speed. Avoid looking directly at the oncoming headlights, and instead focus on the left edge of your lane or the white line to your left to maintain your position on the road until the vehicle passes. Question 99. What is the primary rule for turning at an intersection? A. Turn as quickly as possible to avoid delaying traffic. B. Give way to all vehicles and pedestrians before turning. C. You always have priority when turning right. D. Only signal if there are other vehicles waiting. Answers is B. Give way to all vehicles and pedestrians before turning. Unless otherwise by signs at an intersection, you must give way to all vehicles coming from your right and all pedestrians crossing the road you are turning into. Signal your turn well in advance. Question 100. What must you do if you accidentally miss your exit on a motorway? A. Reverse on the shoulder to reach the exit. B. Proceed to the next exit and find an alternative route. C. Make a U-turn across the median strip. D. Stop and wait for assistance on the motorway. Answers is B. Proceed to the next exit and find an alternative route. If you miss your exit on a motorway, do not stop, reverse, or attempt a U-turn. It is extremely dangerous. Safely continue to the next available exit and then find an alternative route to your destination.